Hello, my name is Divya Kutar from Information Technology branch and currently I'm in my first semester. I'm creating this video on introspection under the guidance of Mr. Anoop Kumar Tiwari Sir. In this video, I'll be reflecting on various questions related to my habits, fears, values, strengths, and the areas where I want to grow. Introspection is something we often ignore, especially me in my daily routine. So this video is my attempt to step back, look at myself honestly, and understand how I think and behave. I'll be answering 30 questions which cover different dimensions of self-awareness, including time management, emotions, goals, relationships, and personal growth. How do you honestly feel about how you use your time? I use my time well when I have clear deadlines. If there's something I need to get done, I can switch into productive mode easily. But when there's nothing scheduled, I drift into entertainment more than I should. On those days, productivity becomes a smaller part of my routine. Do you think you take anything in life for granted? I do. I think I sometimes take the facilities and opportunities my family has provided for granted. Not everyone gets the kind of support and stability I have had since childhood, and I'm becoming more aware of that as I grow older. Do you maintain a healthy perspective or do you magnify situations in your head? It depends on what I'm dealing with. If it's something familiar, I stay calm and handle it well. But when it's something new or unfamiliar, I tend to blow it up in my head and make it bigger than it actually is. Are you living true to yourself or influenced by expectations? Right now, I feel influenced by expectations, especially when I'm around peers. I catch myself thinking about how I'm being perceived and what I should do to avoid looking bad. That sometimes pulls me away from who I actually am. When you wake up, do you feel ready for the day or does it feel like a drag? It depends on what's happening in my life at the moment. Most days I feel ready to get going, especially when I have plans or goals for the day. But if there are no deadlines or nothing to look forward to, it starts feeling like a drag and I just want to stay in bed. Do negative thoughts sneak in before you fall asleep? Usually, no. I don't get overwhelmed by negative thoughts at night. It only happens when something unpleasant has happened to me during the day, but it's not a consistent pattern for me. Do you put enough effort into relationships? I try, but I know I can do better. I tend to reject a lot of invites just to relax at home, which might not be great for my friendships. With family, I think I do okay, but with friends, I could definitely be more present. How well do you take care of yourself physically? My sleep is good when I don't have exams or deadlines, but not consistent. My eating habits aren't great right now, but they used to be better. The one area I'm solid in is exercise. I stay active and feel good about that. Do things outside your control stress you out? Yes, especially when it comes to travel. If my train is delayed or I'm close to missing it, my stress shoots up. Since I travel by train every day for college, it's something I deal with pretty often. Are you achieving the goals you have set for yourself? Not yet. Most of my goals for the year are long term, and by year I mean my college years, not 2025. And I think they're still in progress. I'm moving forward, but at a very slow pace. I know I need to step up my consistency and improve the speed at which I work. Who are you really? For me, this was a very philosophical question. I think I'm someone who's still figuring myself out. I'm trying to balance who I am now with the person I want to become. I'm someone who wants to grow, but also someone who worries about not using my opportunities well. So at this stage of life, I'd say I'm a work in progress, moving slowly but steadily. What worries you most about the future? What worries me most is not performing well in the opportunities I've earned. Joining this college was something I worked for, and wasting it is a real world fear for me. I also worry about not meeting new people or not initiating conversations because that could hold me back socially and professionally. If today were your last day, would you have the same plans? Honestly, no. If it were my last day, I'd spend it meeting the people I deeply care about. I'd want to see them in person, talk to them, say everything I usually postpone. I'd focus on goodbyes and gratitude rather than my regular routine. What are you really scared of? I'm scared of not achieving the goals I have set for myself, not other people's expectations, but my own personal standards. The idea of falling short of what I believe I'm capable of is something that genuinely scares me. Are you holding on to something you should let go of? At this point of life, I don't think so. I don't feel like I'm stuck or holding on to anything that's dragging me backwards. If not now, then when? What does this mean to you? For me, this question is a reminder that delaying important things does not make them easier. If something matters for my future, there's no real reason to push it to later. It motivates me to start now instead of waiting for a perfect moment. What matters most in your life right now? What matters most right now is enjoying the work I do while building my life. This is an important phase for growth, but I don't want to move through it like a robot. I want to work hard but also have fun and stay connected to what I enjoy. What are you doing about the things that matter most? I'm working towards them, especially toward meeting my own expectations. But I do get distracted, and I know I need to be more consistent. I'm moving in the right direction, just not as efficiently as I could be. What value do you think you bring as a person? I think my value comes from being someone who is self aware and trying to improve. I'm not claiming I matter in some grand way, but I do try to contribute positively where I can. I'm learning, growing, and becoming someone who can support others and myself. Have you experienced anything recently that felt meaningful? Nothing major recently stands out as deeply memorable, but maybe that just means I need to involve myself in more experiences. It's something I want to work on, creating moments that feel worth remembering instead of waiting for them to happen. Have you made someone feel better recently? I don't have a specific moment that stands out right now, but I try to be productive. What have you given up on? I think I've become a bit cynical about the broader system around me, things like the country's direction or the government. It's not something I dwell on, but I've lowered my expectations in that area and focus more on my individual path. When was the last time you pushed yourself out of your comfort zone? Recording the communication skills group project definitely pushed me out of my comfort zone. Even earlier, during the value education short film, I had to step out of my usual space and try something new. Both experiences made me a little uncomfortable but helped me grow for sure. If you could give one piece of advice to a newborn baby, what would it be? I would tell them to try everything without fear. Don't let anxiety or other people's opinion stop you from experiencing life. People always talk, but in the end, nobody really remembers the small things. It's better to explore than hold back. How would you live your life knowing you will die someday? I already live with that awareness, so I don't think my approach would change much. I try to stay grounded in the fact that life is temporary and that it's better to enjoy it instead of overthinking every step. What do you feel you need to change about yourself? I think I need to adjust my attitude towards certain people and situations. I shouldn't let preconceived notions guide my actions. Being more open minded would help me see things clearer and respond better. Is it more important to love or be loved? I think being loved is more important because everyone is capable of loving, but not everyone gets love in return. Feeling loved creates a sense of belonging and security that's hard. What motivates you the most in your daily life? What motivates me the most is thinking about the result of what I am doing right now. When I know that a certain action will lead to a certain outcome, it gives me a clear sense of purpose. It's that simple cause and effect mindset. If I do this, I'll get that. That pushes me to move forward. Seeing the potential payoff, whether big or small, keeps me going through the day. When do you feel most like yourself? I feel most like myself when I'm alone with my thoughts and doing things at my own pace. When there's no pressure to perform or act a certain way, I'm able to be more honest, more relaxed, and more connected with who I actually am. Those moments help me understand myself better. What is one change you want to see in yourself by next year? One major change I want to see in myself by next year is consistency. I want to stop relying only on motivation or inspiration and build a more stable routine. I know I have long-term goals, but I tend to move toward them slowly or inconsistently. By next year, I want to be someone who shows up every day, even when I don't feel like it. That level of discipline is something I really want to develop because I know it will change a lot of things in my life. How many of your friends would you trust with your life? I don't have a long list of people I can trust at that level, but there is one friend who has consistently stood by me through some difficult phases of my life. We have gone through a lot together and they have proven themselves in ways that genuinely matter. So even though it's just one person, that one person means a lot and I trust them in my life. Who has had the greatest impact on your life so far? My parents have had the greatest impact on my life so far, I think, without question. And besides them, that one close friend who I can trust my life with has influenced me a lot. They've supported me in ways that helped shape who I am today. Through this introspection activity, I learned quite a lot about myself. Some questions were easy to answer, while others made me pause and reflect more deeply on my habits, fears, priorities, and goals. It helped me understand where I am improving and where I still need to grow. And it reminded me that self development is an ongoing process. I would also like to thank Mr. Anoop Kumar Tiwari Sir for giving us this activity because it pushed me to reflect on things I usually don't think about in my day to day life. Thank you for watching.